Hello, beautiful ladies. Let's lean into a conversation that feels a little daring, a little intimate, and incredibly important. Because when desire whispers curiosity into your ear, it's not something to feel shy about. Wanting closeness, wanting to explore your body with someone you trust, that's not weakness. That's confidence. That's femininity owning its power. But here's the truth most people never say out loud. The sexiest experiences aren't just about excitement. They're about feeling safe, relaxed, and completely in control of your body. When you feel calm, respected, and prepared, your body softens. Your mind opens. Your pleasure deepens. And intimacy becomes something beautiful instead of stressful. So today, I want to talk to you gently, honestly, woman to woman about anal sex and what you truly need to know to stay safe, comfortable, and confident. No fear. No shame, just clarity, care, and self-love, because nothing is sexier than a woman who protects herself while honoring her desire. Let's talk about the first and most important truth: your comfort comes first, always. And I want you to really feel this, not just hear it, because true intimacy doesn't begin with the body. It begins with the feeling. When you feel safe, relaxed, and fully in control, your body responds naturally. Your muscles soften. Your breath slows, your confidence rises. And that calm, grounded energy, that is incredibly attractive. That is where real desire lives. Too many women believe they have to push themselves, tolerate discomfort, or stay quiet just to please someone else. But the truth is, the moment you ignore your comfort, intimacy stops being romantic and starts being stressful. And stress has no place in pleasure. When your comfort is honored, everything changes. You don't tense up. You don't overthink. You don't feel rushed. Instead, you feel present, you feel connected, you feel like your body is being listened to instead of used. And that feeling being respected, cherished, and emotionally held is what allows intimacy to feel beautiful instead overwhelming. Comfort also means going at your pace. Slow is not boring. Slow is seductive. Slow allows anticipation to build. Slow creates trust. And trust creates deeper connection than any physical move ever could. It's also important to understand that comfort is not just physical, it's emotional. Feeling emotionally safe means knowing you can speak up, knowing you can pause, knowing you can change your mind without fear of judgment. A partner who truly desires you will want you relaxed, not pressured, open, not anxious. And here's something powerful: when you prioritize your comfort, you don't become less desirable, you become more magnetic. A woman who honors her body sends a quiet but irresistible message. I know my worth. I listen to myself. I don't abandon myself for approval. That confidence is deeply feminine, deeply sensual, deeply attractive. So remember this: beautiful, nothing intimate should ever feel rushed, forced, or painful. Your body deserves gentleness. Your heart deserves respect. And your pleasure deserves patience. When your comfort comes first, intimacy becomes something you enjoy, not something you endure. And that's when connection turns into something truly unforgettable. Let's talk about trust and communication, because this is where intimacy truly becomes unforgettable. Not louder, not faster, but deeper. When trust is present, everything softens. A man doesn't just feel your body, he feels safe with you. Safe enough to relax. Safe enough to be honest, safe enough to stay present instead of rushing through the moment. Trust creates a quiet kind of desire, the kind that lingers long after the moment ends. It tells him, I can be myself here. And that feeling is incredibly powerful. Communication is what turns that trust into connection. And no, this doesn't mean serious talks or heavy words in the heat of the moment. It's the gentle things. The way you check in. The way you speak softly, the way you let him know what feels good for you and invite him to share the same. When a woman communicates with warmth and confidence, it doesn't break the mood, it deepens it. It makes everything feel intentional, intimate, and real. Men crave this more than they admit. When a woman can express herself without fear or shame, it makes him feel closer to her emotionally. He feels chosen, not just desired. He feels included, not judged. That emotional closeness turns physical intimacy into something meaningful, something memorable. Trust also removes pressure. When there's trust, there's no need to perform or impress. You're not trying to be perfect, you're being present. That presence is magnetic. It allows both of you to slow down, to feel more, to enjoy the closeness without rushing to the next moment. And slowing down is often what makes intimacy feel richer and more intense. There's also something deeply romantic about feeling understood. When you communicate openly, even in simple ways, you show emotional maturity and self-awareness. You're saying, I know myself and I'm comfortable sharing that with you. That kind of confidence is incredibly attractive. It makes a man want to lean in, not pull away. And here's the quiet secret: when a man feels trusted, he becomes more attentive, more gentle, more connected. He listens more closely, not just to your words, but to your body language, your energy, your reactions. Trust turns intimacy into a shared experience instead of a moment that just happens. Communication also builds anticipation. A soft sentence, a gentle question, a shared laugh. These things create emotional closeness that heightens desire naturally. Nothing forced, nothing rushed. Just two people meeting each other in the moment. When trust and communication are present, intimacy stops being about the act and starts being about the bond. And that bond is what makes a man want to stay not just physically, but emotionally. Because when a woman makes a man feel safe, seen, and connected, he doesn't just want the moment again, he wants her again. Slow is seductive. And most people don't realize how powerful that really is. In a world where everything moves fast, where intimacy is often rushed and expected to follow a script, slowness feels rare. And that's exactly why it's so attractive. When you slow down, you're not just controlling the pace, you're creating tension, presence, and safety all at once. And that combination is irresistible. Slowing down shows confidence. It says, I'm not in a hurry, I'm comfortable here, I'm paying attention. That alone changes the energy completely. When you move slowly, when you pause, when you breathe together, you give both bodies time to respond, relax, and connect. Desire grows in space. Anticipation grows in stillness. And real pleasure doesn't come from rushing, it comes from awareness. Being slow is also deeply respectful. It communicates care without needing words. It allows both people to check in with their bodies and emotions. Nothing feels forced. Nothing feels overwhelming. Instead, the moment feels chosen. And when someone feels chosen rather than rushed, they open up more emotionally and physically. Slowness builds trust. When you take your time, you're saying your comfort matters, your reactions matter. That creates safety. And safety is one of the most underrated ingredients of attraction. When someone feels safe, they relax. When they relax, they feel more. And when they feel more, the connection deepens naturally. There's also something incredibly romantic about lingering, about not jumping ahead, about enjoying the moment you're already in. Slow moments stretch time. They make memories stronger. They allow subtle touches, eye contact, soft laughter, quiet closeness, all the things people remember long after the moment ends. Slow doesn't mean boring. Slow means intentional. It means you're present instead of performing. You're feeling instead of thinking. You're letting the moment unfold instead of pushing it forward. That presence is magnetic. People can feel when you're truly there with them, and that's when intimacy becomes unforgettable. Another beautiful thing about going slow is that it gives clarity. When things move at a calm pace, emotions surface naturally. You can sense comfort, hesitation, desire, and connection more clearly. You're not guessing, you're observing. And clarity is empowering. Most importantly, slow allows intimacy to be mutual. It's not about one person leading while the other keeps up. It's about moving together, matching energy, sharing the moment instead of racing through it. That balance creates harmony, and harmony is deeply satisfying. So remember this: speed excites the body, but slowness captivates the heart. When you slow down, you don't lose passion, you deepen it. You don't kill desire, you let it breathe. And that's why slow is truly seductive. You are allowed to say yes or no. And this, beautiful, is where true power and real seduction begin. There is nothing more attractive, more grounding, more magnetic than a woman who knows she has a choice. Not permission, not obligation, choice. Your body is not something you owe. Your intimacy is not a favor. It is a gift you choose to give when it feels right to you. And that confidence, that self-respect, it changes the entire energy between you and a man. Saying yes should feel like a soft opening inside you, a calm excitement, a sense of curiosity and desire, not pressure or fear. When your yes comes from comfort and trust, your body relaxes naturally, you breathe deeper, you feel present, and intimacy becomes warmer, sweeter, and far more connected. Men feel that. They respond to it. A genuine yes creates closeness that lingers long after the moment ends. And saying now, oh, this is just as important. And no is not rejection. It is not cold. It is not unloving. And no is clarity. And no is you honoring yourself. And a man who truly respects you will find that deeply attractive. Because boundaries don't push the right man away. They make him feel safe with you. They tell him, this woman knows herself. Here's the truth most women were never taught. You don't need a dramatic reason to say no. You don't need to explain your body. You don't need to soften it with guilt or apology. A gentle, calm no is enough. And when you give yourself permission to listen to your body, your confidence grows, your sensuality deepens, you stop performing and start being. The most powerful intimacy happens when both people feel free. Free to lean in, free to pause, free to change their mind. When you know you can say no at any moment, your yes becomes more meaningful, more intentional, more electric. And here's the secret, men don't crave women who say yes to everything. They crave women who say yes because they want to, not because they feel they should. That distinction creates desire instead of doubt. It creates respect instead of confusion. So remember this, always your body listens to how you treat it. When you honor your boundaries, your body feels safer opening up. Your confidence grows quieter but stronger. Your presence becomes irresistible. You are allowed to say yes. You are allowed to say no. And either choice, when it comes from self-respect, is deeply, undeniably sexy. Preparation is an act of self-love. And that's the energy I want you to feel here. This isn't about performance, it's about care, about listening to your body, honoring your comfort, and choosing yourself before anything else. When you prepare with intention, you're sending a powerful message to yourself. I matter. My safety matters. My pleasure matters. Real preparation starts in the mind. Feeling relaxed, unhurried, and emotionally safe is essential. When your mind feels calm, your body follows. Anxiety creates tension, and tension is the opposite of comfort. So give yourself permission to slow down, breathe, check in with yourself. There is nothing sexy about rushing your body into something it isn't ready for, but there is something deeply attractive about confidence, patience, and self-respect. Communication is part of preparation too. Being able to say what you want, what you don't want, and what you need creates trust. Trust is what allows intimacy to feel soft instead of stressful. When you feel heard and respected, your body can relax. And relaxation is the foundation of comfort and safety. This is not about pleasing someone else at your own expense. It's about shared intimacy where your boundaries are honored. Physical preparation is also about gentleness. Your body responds best when it feels cared for, not pushed. Cleanliness, comfort, and using what helps your body feel at ease are all part of self-love. There is no rush, no pressure, and no should. Everyone's body is different, and preparation looks different for everyone. The only right way is the way that feels good for you. Lubrication, patience, and listening to signals from your body are not optional. They're acts of kindness. Discomfort is information. Pain is a message to pause, adjust, or stop. Self-love means you respect those messages instead of ignoring them. The most confident, empowered women are the ones who trust their bodies and respond with care. Preparation also means knowing you can change your mind at any point, for any reason. That freedom is part of feeling safe. When you know you're in control, your body feels more open, more relaxed, and more present. True intimacy isn't about endurance, it's about awareness. And here's the beautiful truth: when you prepare with love, the experience becomes less about fear and more about connection. Less about tension and more about trust. Less about performance and more about presence. You feel grounded. You feel confident. You feel in tune with yourself. So remember, this preparation isn't something you do before intimacy. It is intimacy. It's the quiet moment where you choose care over pressure, patience over rush, and self-respect over expectation. And that kind of self-love. It's not just safe, it's powerful. Preparation is where comfort, confidence, and desire quietly meet. When it's done with care, it can feel deeply sensual and empowering. This isn't about doing anything for someone else. This is about creating a space where your body feels safe enough to soften, relax, and open at its own pace. That feeling of safety is what allows intimacy to feel romantic instead of tense. Start with your mindset. Feeling calm is everything. When you feel rushed or unsure, your body naturally tightens. But when you feel relaxed, unpressured, and emotionally secure, your body responds with ease. Take a moment to breathe slowly. Let your shoulders drop. Let your thoughts settle. Romance begins when you allow yourself to feel present in your body, not trapped in your head. Communication is part of that romance. Knowing you can speak freely, say slower, pause, or even not right now creates trust. And trust is incredibly attractive. When you know your voice matters, your body feels protected. That sense of being respected allows you to relax. And relaxation is what makes any intimate experience feel gentle and connected rather than uncomfortable. Physical preparation is about kindness, not perfection. Your body responds best to patience and softness. Taking care of cleanliness, choosing comfort, and allowing plenty of time all help your body feel at ease. There is no rush, no pressure, and no expectation to perform. Romance lives in slowness. It lives in listening. It lives in giving your body the time it needs to respond naturally. Using what helps your body feel smooth and supported is also an act of self-love. Dryness creates tension, but comfort creates openness. When your body feels supported, it relaxes. And when it relaxes, the experience becomes less about worry and more about connection. Always pay attention to how your body feels. Comfort feels soft and steady. Discomfort feels sharp or tight. Your body always tells the truth. The most romantic part of preparation is knowing you are in control. You can stop. You can slow down. You can change your mind. That freedom is powerful. When you know nothing is being forced, your body feels safer, and safety allows desire to grow naturally. Preparation isn't just something you do before intimacy. It is intimacy. It's the quiet care you give yourself. It's choosing patience over pressure. It's honoring your body instead of ignoring it. And when you lead with that kind of tenderness, intimacy becomes not just safer, but deeply connected, confident, and beautifully empowering. Beautiful ladies, remember this: true intimacy is never about pressure, performance, or proving anything. It's about presence. It's about listening to your body, trusting your feelings, and honoring what feels right for you in each moment. When you choose yourself, your confidence becomes effortless, your energy becomes softer yet stronger, and your sensuality feels natural instead of forced. The right man will never rush you, test your boundaries, or make you feel small for protecting your body and heart. He will lean closer when you speak your truth, not pull away, because real desire grows where safety, respect, and choice exist. So move at your pace, speak your needs without fear. Let intimacy be something that happens with you, not to you. When you do, every connection becomes deeper, more meaningful, and far more satisfying. Your power is in your choice. Your beauty is in your confidence, and your intimacy. It's yours to give only when you truly want to.